Now, I'm gonna put these in order. No place equals no security, no car equals no job, and no job equals no life. Remember those. Okay? Remember those. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. This video that I'm gonna be making is just basically gonna be a topic of the 8 do's and don'ts of the type of man a godly woman should be looking for. Now, for my brothers, I'll be making a video next after this particular video for your guys' side of 8 do's and don'ts of the type of women a godly man should be looking for. But we'll be discussing about the women first, and let's get into it. Let's officially get into it. Now, ladies, take notes, okay? So before we get to the do's and don'ts, let's go off just the basics, right? So the first thing you should really be doing when you're looking for a guy is you should be saving yourself for marriage. You will know if he's serious about you or not, and that's the number one test right there is for yourself and for whoever you're talking to is you want to save yourself for marriage and you want to be serious about this because you're not doing this to get on his good side. You're not doing this to win him over. You're not doing this for anybody else other than the reason why you're doing this for God. When you save yourself for marriage, you're showing that man that you have self-discipline for yourself, right? And if you have self-discipline for yourself, ladies, that finds you very attractive in a man's eyes. Now, there are really men out there that don't really want a chick that wants to save herself for marriage. They prefer a chick that they could just sleep around with. Now, what I'm teaching you ladies how to do is I'm teaching you how to wing the good from the bad, right? When you're going to be doing this process, you're basically going to be letting the guys know what you're really about. Now, either they're going to accept you or they're not. Now, be aware, there will be certain dudes that will play the role. Now, be aware for them. There's dudes out there that talk very good. Don't be deceived by that. You go off their actions, right? Action speaks louder than words. So even if they do or say are willing to wait for you, just know that action speaks louder than words, and you got to know them by the fruit, right? The Bible talks about knowing a person, knowing a tree off the fruit. A tree cannot make an evil tree cannot make good fruit, and a good tree cannot make good fruit. So you'll know if he's a godly man, right? So the whole point of this is to make sure you don't have sex before marriage, right?
So I'm like,
Sorry about that. The whole point of this is to make sure you're not having sex before marriage. The whole reason why you don't want to have sex before marriage is because you'll be dishonoring the Lord. Fornicators, adulterers will not have their part in heaven. Matter of fact, the only part that they will have is the lake of fire. So, let's go to number 3. Don't believe everything you hear. It's kind of like what I just told you. Don't believe everything you hear. That's called the honeymoon stage, right? That's the puppy dog phase, right? Use discernment. Be smart. Action speaks louder than words. When you're going through these processes of finding the right man, which I highly recommend, just focus on yourself. But if you're out there looking, just because they say they're a godly man, just because they say they go to church, that doesn't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Because a godly man is going to be a man that's going to be his lifestyle. You'll know. It's going to be his lifestyle. He's not going to play around with it. He's not going to win you over just to try to get in your pants. No. He's going to really take his faith and walk seriously because he loves Jesus. Okay? Now, let's go to number 4. You want to make sure you have that serious talk about saving yourself for marriage. And that means don't allow the guy to become the exception, right? So what does that mean? Having a serious talk and don't allow that guy to become an exception. Becoming the exception is that guy that you bend the rules for. You never want to bend the rules for no guy. Why? Because if you bend the rules for that particular guy, he won't respect you. Matter of fact, he won't even take you serious. He'll just look at you as one of those girls that claim they're Christian, and he'll never take you serious. It's very important when I have these conversations with you ladies that you really take yourself very serious and you take your walk serious with the Lord. You're going to come across a lot of men out there that you will find attractive, that will tell you exactly what you want to hear. But remember, all talk is cheap, and you guys say that the best. Talk is cheap. Action speaks louder than words. So remember, when you're out there looking for a guy, you want to make sure that he's really walking the walk and not talking the talk. And if he is talking the talk, you want to make sure his action speaks louder than words. You want to see what he's doing. You want to see what his lifestyle is about, right? So you want to make sure you're having that serious talk, because marriage is something that the Lord honors. The Lord honors marriage. Marriage is honorable in the Lord, and marriage is honorable. But adultery and fornication, the Lord He hates adultery and fornication. So you want to make sure you're having that serious talk with the guy that you're talking to. They're either going to be on board or they're not. And if they're not on board, hey, run. They're not the right one for you. They just want one thing and not one thing only, ladies. And you guys automatically know what that is. I don't really have to go into detail. Number 5, a real godly man is not boring. A lot of people think godly men are boring. Godly men are not boring. I'm a godly man. Do I look boring? No. Godly men are actually very structured. Real godly men. Real godly men are very structured men. They put God first and they put themselves second. See, a real godly man is going to put God first. He won't put he won't put nobody first other than God, because a man is supposed to put God first. That's the only way he's going to respect you, queens. Is if he puts God first, because God is going to create the foundation for him to abide by. If he puts God first, he'll treat you right. That's that. You don't want him putting you first. Now, a lot of you guys are not going to like what I just said. You don't want the man to put you first. Because when a man puts a woman first, it's never a good idea for him to put a woman first. Because, for one, if he puts you first before God, he's putting you on the pedestal. And you won't, I'm going to just be straightforward with you ladies. You guys will not respect him for that. You won't. You want a man that's going to put God first. And then obviously make sure you're there too. Because if he puts God first, then he's going to respect you and love you like the way he should. Okay? Because it's all biblical. A man is supposed to love his wife as God loves us, right? So we are called. Godly men are called to love our wives, treat our wives with respect, not disrespect, okay? So there it is right there. One thing you ladies will know is I'm very straightforward, and a lot of you ladies might not like what I'm saying, but I'm just very straightforward. I'm very cutthroat. I'm gonna get on the men next too. Don't get me wrong. That's another video coming for the dudes too. But for right now, I'm making this video specifically for the women, because look, I'm putting you guys up on game on how these dudes act. And I'm gonna be putting a lot of men up on game too about how the ladies are too. So you wanna make sure when you're finding a godly man out there that he puts God first. And for you too, ladies, it's not just for him. You wanna make sure you put God first too. You always wanna make sure you put God first, because if you put God first, guess what? You'll know how to treat your king. It goes both ways, sisters. If the man puts God first, he'll learn how to treat his wife. If you put God first, you'll know how to treat your king. It goes both ways, brothers and sisters. Okay? So, you guys want to make sure you say no to politicians. When you say no to politicians, what does that mean? What is a politician? A politician is someone that speaks about everything you want to hear, right? They go on stage and tell you, yeah, these are the laws I'm going to change. These are what I'm going to do. This, and that. And then when they get in office, they don't do none of that. Say no to politicians. Those are the dudes that talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. You want to run from the politicians, okay? Run from them, all right? Because politicians are only just going to be playing the game. They're going to be playing the game that you give them, right? If you tell the politician, oh yeah, I'm here to just they'll basically tell you everything you want to hear to make it sound like they're this guy, and then once they get to what they want, it's a wrap. Another thing, when you're looking for someone, you guys want to make sure you guys are courting. Courting. Okay? Courting. Let me say that one more time. Courting. What is courting? Well, courting is the biblical way of dating. It's not really dating, but it's actually, you guys are actually in a biblical way of getting to know each other without sex. That's courtship. You guys are both building your relationship with the Lord. That's the whole point of courting, to get married for the future. You guys can, like I said in all of my previous videos, it's going to take no more than a year to really figure out if this person's really meant for you or not. So you want to make sure when you court somebody, sisters, that you have an extra person with you. Why? Because the extra person is going to be your accountability partner. Now, you guys are probably thinking, why would I want an extra person around me? Why? Well, because that person is going to keep you accountable. You want to make sure you're not doing no touching, because the Bible talks about touching. Touching leads to fornication, brothers and sisters. Okay? You don't want to do no touching. All right? Now, it's going to be very hard, especially if this is new to you, because we are all used to doing the whole boyfriend-girlfriend thing of going out, touching, kissing. We all know what touching leads to. It leads to fornication. Let's just be logic here, realistic here. Don't touch, all right? That's why courtship is the best option for you. Courtship is actually fun because you're getting to know the person outside of sex, right? Sex is very intimate, but when you're courting somebody, it's way better because you can actually, you can see if you can hang out with this person without having sex with them. That's the point of courtship. It's long-term. It's for long-term relationships only. And now, if you just want to just have fun and do what you do, then hey, by all means, then good luck finding a husband out there. Because they're not going to, one thing about men, sisters, and I'm going to just be straightforward with you, is we listen to everything you say too. We want to know if you're about what you say too. And if we see that you're not about what you say, then we're not going to really take you serious. I'm just being straightforward here. I'm being realistic as possible. Now, if I hurt any feelings, I'm just being straightforward. That's the type of man I am. Okay? So, now, last but not least, teamwork makes the dream work. Now, teamwork makes the dream work. This ain't no competition. Stop competing with one another. If you find the person you're talking to always in competition with you, don't even deal with that particular person. It's not good. Those are called red flags. Okay? All right? So teamwork makes the dream work. Now, let's go for the 8 do's and the 8 don'ts. All right? These are my 8 do's that I'm going to go for, and then I'm going to let you know my 8 don'ts. So we're going to go with the 8 do's. When you're looking for a man, you want to make sure he's godly man. Number 1, godly man. You want to make sure he's a godly man of God. And you'll know by his action. Okay? You'll know. You'll know. You ain't even got a second guess, you'll know. Check his social media account. If he has social media, check his social media accounts. You want to be a detective. You want to know everything. You want to know if this particular guy is a fraud or not. Okay? Same vice versa with the ladies. You want to with the men. You guys, and I'll get to the men later, but I'm going to say basically pretty much the same thing, but a little bit different. You want to make sure when you're checking this guy out, who he hangs with, right? How he treats his family, okay? You want to make sure he's a godly man. He puts God first. Now, the second thing is you want to make sure he's a provider, right? These are the do's, right? You want to make sure this man is a provider. Because if he's a provider, he can provide for you. Don't settle. Don't settle for someone that has no job. I'm sorry, ladies, but you guys honestly be putting yourself in situations to get mad at the dudes when you knew he was a bum, he didn't have a job, he didn't have a car, and you guys still got with him because he looked good. Don't do it. Please don't. Okay? Just because he looks good, don't do it. You want to make sure he's a real provider. There's men out there that are providers. Number 3, you want to make sure he has a good relationship with his mother. Why do I say you want to make sure he has a good relationship with his mother? Is because, for one, his mother is the first love of his life. If he can have a good relationship with his mother, oh, sisters, he'll have a good relationship with you. Why? Because his mother is the first woman of his life. So you want to make sure that that man has a great relationship with his mother. Now, if he doesn't, cut him off. You can't fix a man. I'm sorry. You're just not going to be able to fix him. All right? You can try to point him to do the right thing, but I'm going to be real with you. Usually when men have relationship problems with their mother, it's hard for them to, there's something, they have to go out there and go fix it for themselves. Don't try to fix them. Okay? You could talk to him about it, throw some hints, but I'm going to be straightforward with you. It has to be in his heart to want to fix that relationship with his mom. Now, if his mom died or passed away, then hey, I'll put that in your hands. That's up to y'all. But 9 times out of 10, when a man doesn't have a good relationship with his mom, he's not going to know how to treat you. Because if he has a bad relationship with his mom, then you're just going to remind him of his mom if you get on his nerves. Okay? Let's go to number 4, a family man. Ooh, one of my favorites. I'm a family man. You want to make sure this guy's a family man. You want to make sure this dude loves kids, loves being around family. You know, and there's guys out there that don't want to be around that, but if you're looking for a man if you're looking for a family, you want to make sure this guy loves family. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that he's good with family. How does he treat his sisters? How does he treat his brothers? How does he talk about them? Okay? You want to make sure all that's good. That's very important because that's going to show you a split image of how he's going to treat you, because you're going to be his family, and your sons and daughters, because those are going to be his kids too. Okay? Number 5, action speaks louder than words. Again, I don't know if you guys noticed, I've been talking about this like the 4th time now. Action speaks louder than words. Why? Because men are about action. Okay? Talk is cheap with us. We are supposed to show action. We're not just do all this talking. No. If they're doing all this talking, take notes, ladies. Take notes. Get your little notepad. If you're talking to somebody, if he says this, and that, take notes to see if he does it. If you don't do it, he's just one of those dudes, and you're just wasting your time, sisters. That's going to show you what type of man he's going to be in a relationship. Imagine, hey, baby, can you take the trash out? Why? When you get this fixed, baby? Can you go fix the car? Yeah, I'll do it. He don't do it. Action speaks louder. You want him to be a man of his word. Okay? Now, look. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship, but when you're looking for a godly man has a lot of these traits. All right? You want to make sure this guy's ambitious. I'm just giving you guys the basics. Ambitious is very important. You want to make sure the man is very ambitious. Okay? If he's ambitious, guess what? You guys can grow together. Okay? You guys can figure out how to make money together. That's the whole point of being ambitious. An ambitious man is a dangerous man. Okay? Look at it like that. And a very ambitious man is someone that you really want. Because look, ladies, let's be honest here. Do you guys really want to work the rest of your lives? I don't think so. And if you don't mind working, hey, there's nothing wrong with working. But let's be realistic here, ladies. Most of you guys are tired of working regular jobs or even good jobs. You guys just want a man to take care of you. And if I'm wrong, let me know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. Next thing, you guys want to make sure this guy has a car. Okay? Look. I be hearing a bunch of stories of dudes not having no cars, man. I just look. Do not get with a dude if you know he doesn't have a car. You're putting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for failure. Okay? He should have a car. That's the basics. Okay? That's literally the basics. When I turned 18, 19, I got my first car. All right? There's no excuse to not get a car. Apartment, okay, you know. A car is the easiest thing to get. All right? Okay? Next thing, sisters, this is all about being a provider, having your own car. The next thing, number 8, for the dudes, is his own place. He should have his own place. I'm sorry, sisters. He should have his own spot. He needs to have his own place immediately. Why? Because that's part of being a provider. Now, if he just moved to a different state, a different city, then you guys understand, okay, that's understandable. He's getting himself there. But if you don't have a job, a car, disqualify him, please. Okay? Disqualify him. Because unless you guys want to talk to someone that's broke, good luck. All right? He's not going to be the provider, and you guys are going to complain, get mad because this guy is not what you thought he was. I'm just being straightforward. Okay? Now, let's go with the don'ts. The 8 don'ts. Doesn't believe in God. Why? Because if you're a Christian woman, you don't want to be unequally yoked with a Muslim, a Jew, or someone that doesn't believe in God, an atheist. You want to make sure he believes in God. If you don't believe in God, cut him off. Because he's going to convert you, and you'll lose your relationship with the Lord. Okay? Number 2, if he's not a man of his word, cut him off. We don't waste time with politicians. I'm not even going to get into that because I already got onto it with the dudes. Number 3, if he has more than 2 baby mamas, all that means is he has no sexual discipline. He disqualified. Disqualify him. Okay? Disqualify him. If you got more than 2 baby mamas, don't even do it because you're going to be the third. Okay? If you want to be the third, then you know what you're getting yourself into. All right? Number 4, doesn't have a relationship with mother. That only means he won't treat you right, right? And I was already talking about that. If he doesn't have a relationship with his mother, he ain't going to treat you right. Because as soon as you piss him off, you're going to remind him of his mother. Okay? And guess what? You're going to see the ugly side of him. All right? So you want to make sure you guys are doing your job. Now, I'm going to put these in order. No place equals no security. No car equals no job. And no job equals no life. Remember those. Okay? Remember those. Let me say that one more time. No place equals no security. No car equals no job. And no job equals no life. Notate that. All right, ladies. Hangs out with no good friends other than Christian friends. If you see him hanging out with no good friends, ladies, those are indicators that you are who you hang with, ladies. I don't have to really go into detail of that. You want to make sure he's hanging with dudes that are godly or good people, really godly. Because if he's hanging around spiritually godly people, it's going to keep him spiritually right. I really don't have to go into detail of that because it's just common sense. And last but not least, if he likes to go out a lot to the clubbing, bars, look, that's really something I shouldn't really have to go into detail about because it's common sense. He's not good for you. Don't even waste your time because you're just going to put yourself in a situation to lose, okay? Now, that's it for me. If you guys have any questions about what I said, please comment down below, ladies. Let me know your opinions. If I'm right, let me know what you guys think, okay? Please share this to anyone that wants to see these. Like, share, and subscribe. This is your boy, John Swan. I will be uploading the next one. I will be uploading 8 do's and don'ts of the type of women a godly man should be looking for. So, yeah. Hope you guys have a blessed day. It's your boy, John Swan. I'm out.